Brazil is home of samba and tricksters, so it's only normal that they produce some of the most talented players in the game. But just how expensive have the sales been from the Brazilian league? In this video, we will take you across the top 10 most expensive sales made from the Brazilian league. Now then, let's get started. Number 10. Gabriel Barbosa. 20-year-old Brazilian forward Gabriel Barbosa comes in at 10th on our list because of a €29.5 million move from Santos to Inter Milan in 2016. One of the most highly rated prospects of his generation, he is now at a peculiar stage in his career. At the tender age of 16, Gabriel made his professional debut as a late substitute against Flamengo at home. Even Neymar, in his final minutes of action before moving to Barcelona, played beside him for 21 minutes. Even though Neymar and Barbosa only played together for Santos once, they have always been compared to one another because they came from comparable backgrounds, being born just 80 kilometers apart in Sao Paulo. The two would, however, go on to have very different careers, with Gabriel struggling immensely and eventually returning to Brazil with Flamengo. Number 9. Reiner. Real Madrid's up-and-comer Reiner Jesus isn't quite as far along in his growth as his countrymen Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo Goes are. The 20-year-old Brazilian cost the club €31 million to acquire from Flamengo in 2020, and he has yet to make a significant contribution. He spent the previous 2 years on loan at Borussia Dortmund, where he has had trouble breaking into the Bundesliga starting lineup. In those 2 years, Reiner played for only 741 minutes across 39 appearances. The offensive midfielder was off to a promising start during his loan stint in Girona, but injuries in October and December disrupted his progress. Number 8. Arthur Melo. Barcelona confirmed back in 2020 that they had signed midfielder Arthur from Brazilian side Grêmio in a deal worth €32 million. At the start of his career, he was one of the most talked about young players in South American football, thanks to his time with Brazilian club Grêmio, and his vision, passing accuracy, and control of the ball let him command play from the midfield. However, 2 seasons of frustration followed at Barcelona, and he would eventually be swapped with Pjanic in one of the most bizarre deals in football history. Not finding any luck at Juventus, he would go on to be loaned in by Liverpool for the 22-23 season, but it has been all lows for the Brazilian there as he struggles for form. Perhaps his situation is best described by the fact that the Liverpool media has branded him the worst signing of the summer. Number 7. Oscar. Oscar dos Santos Moura Jr., better known by his nickname, is a Brazilian footballer who suited up for Chelsea from 2012 to 2017. In the summer of 2012, Chelsea paid Internacional, a club in Brazil, an estimated $32 million to acquire Oscar. Known for his vision, creativity, and technical prowess, he rapidly became an integral part of the Chelsea team. While with Chelsea, Oscar won the Premier League, the UEFA Europa League, and the League Cup. He also established himself as a key contributor to the Brazilian national team, which he helped lead to victory in the 2013 Confederations Cup. Oscar moved to Shanghai SIPG of the Chinese Super League in December 2016, reportedly for a transfer fee of £60 million. This was one of the largest transfer fees at the time. Since his move to China, Oscar has continued to perform well and remains one of the most talented and influential players in the league. Number 6. Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus, who is currently a striker for Arsenal Football Club, was originally signed by Manchester City from Brazilian club Palmeiras in the January transfer window of 2017 for a reported sum of €33 million. After joining the squad, Gabriel Jesus quickly became a fan favorite thanks to his speed, dribbling skills, and goal-scoring prowess. They won 4 Premier League titles with his help. Gabriel Jesus also emerged as a key contributor for the Brazilian national team, which culminated in the 2019 Copa America title. He would eventually go on to move to Arsenal in 2022, where he would set the league alight with his talent and take the Gunners to the top of the Premier League. He is currently out injured, but is awaited by Arsenal as one of their key superstars and the man to lead the rebuild going forward. Number 5. Lucas Paqueta. Lucas Paqueta was signed by Milan in January 2019 from Brazilian club Flamengo for a reported fee of €40 million. The lively Brazilian's technical skill, originality, and vision made him an integral part of the Milan squad. Lucas, after overcoming some initial difficulties adjusting to the new league and squad, emerged as one of the most skilled and promising young players in Serie A back in 2019. Fans, coaches, and teammates all praised him for his contributions to Milan's key triumphs. Lucas maintained his high level of play despite competition for playing time in Milan, and his form was eventually rewarded with a transfer to Lyon. Paqueta is still regarded as one of the most exciting young prospects in football, although he did move to West Ham United in 2022 after a very successful stint at Lyon. Number 4. Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura's professional career began in Sao Paulo, where he quickly rose to prominence as one of the league's top players. Numerous European clubs were interested in him because of his speed and dribbling ability, but he ultimately signed with French club Paris Saint-Germain for 41 million euros. Moura was signed by Tottenham Hotspur of England after he had won many domestic titles in his first 5 years with PSG. His historic hat-trick in the second leg of the semi-final helped Spurs move to the final and give the club its first taste of a UEFA Champions League final. Number 3. Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. is a Brazilian winger for Real Madrid and the Brazil national football team. He is widely regarded as one of the best wingers in the world thanks to his exceptional dribbling, blistering speed, and creative playmaking. Vinicius, who was born in São Gonçalo, made his professional debut with Flamengo as a senior player in 2017. A few weeks later, Vinicius signed for a then-record 47 million euros with the La Liga club Real Madrid. This was the largest transfer fee ever paid for a Brazilian youth player. The move became official after Vinicius turned 18, and he made his club debut in the 2017-18 season. Vinicius had already been an integral part of the Real Madrid squad by his 4th year at the club, scoring the game-winning goal in the 2022 UEFA Champions League final and helped the team win the 2021-22 La Liga title. Number 2. Endrick. Endrick Felipe, at the age of 11, joined the Palmeiras youth team after nearly signing with Sao Paulo. Over the course of 5 years, he dominated Palmeiras' juvenile leagues, tallying 165 goals in 169 games. He helped lead Palmeiras to victory in the 2022 Copa São Paulo de Futbol Junior, scoring 7 goals in 7 games, and was named the player of the tournament by fans. After the competition, top European clubs of the worldwide media took notice of him. They had to, really. Endrick debuted professionally on October 6, 2022, in the second half of Palmeiras' 4-0 Serie A win over Coritiba. When he made his Palmeiras debut at the age of 16 years, 2 months, and 16 days, he also happened to set a new club record. On October 25th against Atlético Paranaense, he scored twice to become the second youngest player to ever score in Brazil's first division, behind only Toninho de Matos. Real Madrid, a La Liga club, stated on the 15th of December 2022 that they had signed an agreement with Palmeiras, Endrick, and his family for $60 million to sign Endrick upon his turning 18 in July 2024. Endrick is one to keep an eye on. Number 1. Neymar. In 2007, at the age of 17, Neymar made his professional debut for Santos, where he quickly rose to prominence. His contributions were essential in Santos' 2011 Copa Libertadores victory, the club's first since 1963 and the second in a row for the Campeonato Paulista. In 2011 and 2012, Neymar was honored as South America's best footballer, and he soon after moved to Europe to play with Barcelona in a deal worth 91 million euros. He helped lead Barcelona to the continental treble of La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the UEFA Champions League as a member of the MSN attack trio with Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez in 2013. In the subsequent season, 2015-16, he accomplished a domestic double. Motivated to be a talisman at club level, Neymar transferred to PSG in 2017 in a move worth a staggering 222 million euros, making him the most expensive player ever. In France, he won 4 league titles and was named the Player of the Year in Ligue 1 in his very first year, and most notably, he guided PSG to its first ever Champions League final and helped the club win the domestic quadruple in 2019-20. So, which transfer surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye!